Lighting for ECAT production provided by the Avery Lee Williams Family Foundation.
Welcome back into the ECAT studio. This is Easton News, and I'm Joe Taft.
And I'm Jayden Thibault. Today is Tuesday, January 27th, 2026. The time has come. ECAT's newest horror short film, Hey Missy, is coming to your screens on February 6, 2026. The film was written and directed by our very own Joe Taft, produced in part by several ECAT employees and interns, and was filmed almost entirely in the town of Easton. The film was screened on the Crypt TV YouTube page, so make sure to subscribe to them and turn on notifications so you don't miss it.
Save the date, young movie makers. ECAT's Filmmaker Workshop is back again this February vacation. From Tuesday, February 17th through Friday, February 20th, middle school students will have the opportunity to come to the ECAT studio and learn the ropes. The workshop will run from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. right here at 50 Oliver Street in North Easton. It's open to all middle school students and it's free of charge. So to sign up or find more information, you can contact Kim Pincus at kim.pincus@eastoncat.org. Space is limited. Spots are available on a first-come, first-served basis.
Due to inclement weather, Waste Management reports that trash and recycling collection will be delayed by 1 day for the week of January 26th to January 30th, 2026, with Friday's collection taking place on Saturday.
The Father Peyton Center is hosting a St. Valentine's Day date night titled The Finest Wine, Friday, February 13th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Father Peyton Center in 518 Washington Street. The evening begins with a marriage mass and renewal of vows, followed by dinner, drinks, music, fellowship, and reflection on the wedding feast at Cana. This is a free event with donations welcome. Registration is required and space is limited. Participants can register using the QR code with questions directed to mission@hcfm.org or 508-238-4095.
The Father Peyton Center is hosting Children's Eucharistic Adoration with fellowship and enrichment for moms at the Father Peyton Center, 518 Washington Street in Easton, with adoration begin at 10 a.m., followed by coffee, fellowship, and faith-filled playtime and activities for children. Spring dates include February 18th, March 18th, April 15th, May 20th, and June 10th, with the season's enrichment centered on Lisa Carter's book, Reveal the Gift, Living the Feminine Genius, with no advanced reading required. The event is free and donations welcomed. Registration is appreciated, and those wishing to be included in the HCFM book order should register by February 12th, saying book needed. Registration is available via QR code with questions directed to mission@hcfm.org or 508-238-4095.
The Feast of Our Lady of Lourdes will be celebrated on Wednesday, February 11th from 12 to 2 p.m. at the Father Peyton Center located at 518 Washington Street. This event includes Mass at noon, followed by food, fellowship, reflection, and a children's activity. All are welcome to attend. This free event does not require registration, but registration is appreciated via the QR code with questions directed to mission@hcfm.org or 508-238-4095.
VFW Post 2547 will host its 5th annual Community Blood Drive on Sunday, February 16th, 2026. Drive runs from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the VFW Hall, located at 148 Allen Road in Easton, the corner of Rockland Street and Allen Road. This event supports the Red Cross and provides an important opportunity to donate much-needed blood. Residents are encouraged to sign up in advance at redcrossblood.org.
Easton Community Engagement and Programming is offering a February break Schools Out program from February 17th through February 20th, running daily from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Blanche Ames School, featuring gym games, arts and crafts, free play, and other activities. The program is open to students in grades K through 5 with a counselor in training option available for 6 through 8, and families can register for a single day at $45 or the full week at $180.
A free seminar titled From Nest Egg to the Next Stage, Financial Checkups After 65 will be held Tuesday, February 10th at 10 a.m. at Holy Cross Church, offering guidance for those planning their next financial chapter. The program is presented by Claire and Jim Abate of Harbor of Wisdom and South Shore Senior Connections, and registration is available by phone 508-682-1013 or online at this link below.
The Easton Chamber of Commerce will host its 2026 Annual Business Appreciation Dinner Thursday, February 5th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Easton Country Club. 265 Purchase Street. This evening will feature guest speaker Tim David, musical entertainment by Duo Acoustic, dinner, a champagne toast, and a cash bar. RSVP by January 30th.
The Easton Town Cultural District Art Co-op Gallery is featuring local artist Don Swanson as its guest artist during the months of January and February. Don's work focuses on light, color, and energy shaped by years of experimentation across multiple mediums and study with respective mentors. His bold use of color and contrast is designed to uplift and inspire viewers. Visit the Art Co-op Gallery at 50 Main Street to experience Don's work.
Pairings Events and Catering is offering new cooking classes in February and March. Upcoming classes include Classic Italian on February 5th, Food is Love on February 12th, Flavors of France on February 26th, Sushi Favorites on March 5th, and Surf and Turf on March 26th. You can visit pairings.events and click on cooking classes to learn more and register. The Ames Free Library is always hosting fun and creative events for people of all ages, especially at this time of year. Let's see what they've got drawn up for 2026.
It is a truth universally acknowledged that at some point today, someone will ask, "What's for dinner?" If you're out of ideas or just want to refresh your menus, let Library Chef help. Each month, Library Chef has 5 brand new live classes featuring exciting recipes, nutrition tips, and health and wellness topics. 2 of these classes are aimed at younger chefs so the whole family can get involved in the kitchen. And don't worry if you miss a live class. Every class is recorded and added to Library Chef's on-demand video library. Getting started with Library Chef is as easy as popping over to our website, www.amesfreelibrary.org, and clicking on Tutorials. Click on Library Chef and create your account. It's free with your library card. And get ready to start cooking. Library Chef is supported through the generosity of the Friends of the Ames Free Library.
Kids in grades 4 through 6 who are looking for the next middle grade novel for them to read are invited to join the Listeners Club. On Tuesday, January 27th, we'll meet at 4:30 p.m. at Queeset House to listen to the beginning of a new audiobook. We'll also have coloring supplies available for those of us who want to keep our hands busy while we listen. Starting this month, we'll be introducing a new portion of the Listeners Club, Discussion Time. In December, we started listening to The Lost Library by Rebecca Stead and Wendy Mass. If you decided to finish the rest of the book at home and want to discuss it with other readers, join us at 4:00 p.m. on January 27th at Queeset House for 30 minutes of discussion time before we discover a new book at 4:30.
The Ames Free Library this month. Best-selling author Jennifer Niven's newest release is a perfect pick for fans of Lessons in Chemistry or The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Meet the Newmans is a rich family story about the dual lives we lead, because even when our lives aren't televised weekly, we all have a behind the scenes. For 2 decades, Del and Dinah Newman and their sons Guy and Shep have ruled television as America's favorite family. Millions of viewers turn in every week to watch them play flawless black and white versions of themselves. But now it's 1964, and the Newmans' perfection suddenly feels woefully out of touch. Ratings are in free fall, as are the Newmans themselves. Dinah decides to hire Juliet Dunn, an outspoken young reporter, to help her write the final episode of the show. But the women have wildly different perspectives about what it means to be a woman and a family in 1964. Can the Newmans hold it together to change television history, or will they be canceled before they ever have a chance? Most true crime fans know the story of Elizabeth Short, also known as the Black Dahlia. Her unsolved murder has fascinated the public and confounded detectives for nearly 8 decades. Much has been written about her life, and even more has been written about her death. While you might think there's nothing else to say, author William J. Mann would disagree. In his newest book, Black Dahlia, Murder, Monsters, and Madness in Mid-Century Hollywood, Mann uses a 21st century lens to connect Short's stories to the anxious era after World War II, when the nation was grappling with new ideas, new demographics, new technology, and old fears dressed up as new ones. In its starred review of the book, Publishers Weekly called this a meticulous and humane reconsideration of one of America's most sensationalized unsolved murders, and a must for true crime devotees and Black Dahlia obsessives. Ready to start reading? Head over to the Sales mobile app or online catalog to place a hold on these titles. And if you would like information about even more new titles hitting the shelves of the Ames Free Library, sign up for our monthly fiction and nonfiction newsletters.
Stick around after the break for some local government updates.
And you'll get your 7-day forecast. This is Easton News.
We're back, the Oaks Ames Memorial Hall Winter Music Series 2026. We're very pleased to be back. We've got some good acts coming up this year, some real favorites, and we've got some great ones coming back.
Oh, we do. February 14th, Valentine's Day. We have Steve Smith and the Nakeds, so come to the hall, bring your sweetheart, or maybe find a sweetheart at the hall.
Oh, yeah. No, these guys are very good. We had them for New Year's Eve, not this year, but last year, and people are still talking about it. And I was there. It was a fantastic night. It's good music. It's very energetic. You can't help but dance. So it's going to be a fun night.
It is. Again, February 14th, go to oaksameshall.org, and it's Oaks, O-A-K-E-S. $45 a ticket, 2 for $80. Wonderful night. Doors open at 7, music 7:30 to 10:30. Lots of food, dancing, and fun.
Well, yes, and it's a great space. The hall has a beautiful room that we have the music in, good acoustics, but also what we've really gotten known for, and it makes a ticket to one of our concerts a real value, is the food. We put on some nice sort of heavy hors d'oeuvres. And Joan is the creator of that, and they're delicious, and there's a big demand for it, and we're happy to do it. And it draws a crowd. We sell out pretty fast, right, Joan?
We do. So you got to get your tickets, and most importantly, cannot end this without thanking the Bank of Easton. They're our main sponsor, and we couldn't have these concerts without them. So big shout out to John Morley and his staff, and we look forward to seeing you on the 14th.
Yes, don't miss it. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yo, Missy. I thought you said this was your room. Missy. Hey, Missy.
Mass Wildlife is seeking public input on several proposed changes to hunting access in Massachusetts, including Sunday hunting, the use of crossbows, and minimum setback distances for hunting, with comments accepted online or a public listening session scheduled for January 29th at 6 p.m. in Pittsfield, February 2nd at 6 p.m. in Bourne, February 3rd at 1 p.m. on Zoom. Feedback can be submitted at bit.ly/huntingfeedback, after which Mass Wildlife will make a recommendation, with any changes requiring legislative action.
Easton is reminding residents that the town's winter parking ban runs through March 31st. So under the bylaw, no vehicles may be parked on any public street between 1 a.m. and 8 a.m. during the months of January, February, and March, except for emergencies. The rules also limit commercial vehicles from parking for more than 1 hour unless they are actively loading or unloading. Residents are encouraged to plan ahead as the winter ban takes effect.
Dog licensing for 2026 is not open in Easton, will continue through February 28th. All dog licenses must be completed before March 1st to avoid late fees. Current rabies certificate is required, must be on file before residents can find their dog ID number, submit an online payment. Rabies certificates can be emailed to WN Clerk's office at easton.ma.us. Residents are encouraged to allow a few days before returning online to process the license. Dog ID numbers can be found in last year's dog licenses.
It's that time again. Nomination papers for Easton's annual town election are now available at the town clerk's office. Papers can be picked up beginning this week and must be obtained by Friday, March 6th at 5 p.m. The annual town election will be held Tuesday, April 28th, 2026. An election calendar, list of positions on the ballot, and full candidate packets are available now on the town's website. Candidates with questions can call 508-230-0530 or email townclerksoffice@easton.ma.us.
Select Board and Finance Committee are seeking an interested Easton resident to fill out a temporary vacancy. Finance Committee. Appointed term will run through April 28th, 2026. Following the town election, candidates will be invited to interview at a joint meeting of the two boards. Residents may also choose to run for a full 3-year term in the upcoming election. Applications for the temporary vacancy are being accepted through Tuesday, January 27th.
The native species planting and invasive plant removal project at the Old Pond Conservation Area and along the Bay Circuit Trail was completed following volunteer efforts between late September and November 2025. During the project, volunteers removed invasive species, planted 20 tree saplings and 140 shrubs, and contributed more than 280 volunteer hours to restoring the conservation land to a native plant forest. The project was made possible through a grant from the Taunton River Watershed Alliance with support from volunteers, ECR, and Bill Napolitano.
The Easton 2025 to 2035 Open Space and Recreation Plan was approved, serving as a guiding document for the town's efforts to preserve its natural environment, protect historic landscapes, and support community recreation. The plan outlines priorities for land acquisition, natural and historical resource protection, recreational facilities. Approval by the Massachusetts Department of Conservation and Recreation makes Easton eligible for certain state grants. The plan remains valid through 2035. Now it's time for your 7-day weather forecast.
This is your ECAT Weekly Weather Forecast. For most of the week we have some sun and clouds, but temps don't really climb too high, so there won't be so much melting. Temp stays in the 20s, but then during the overnights they do drop below zero. Then come the end of the week and into the weekend, we have to watch out for the storm coming in on Sunday. Depending on the track will determine how much snow we'll get. It's another weekend that we have a storm coming in. We have to watch the track to see how much snow we're going to get. So it might hit us or it might miss us. I'm Adam Carreiro, and this has been your ECAT Weekly Weather Forecast.
When we come back, you'll hear about some fun events at the NRT.
And you'll get your OA Sports recap right here on Easton News.
Preparation for the season typically looks a little bit different than any other season. Gymnastics is a pretty tricky sport. In high school, gymnastics specifically is a lot different than what a lot of the girls are used to. So we spent a lot of time in the preseason working on figuring out our routines, our tumbling, making sure everything is cohesive, and working on being sharp and clean. We really have to focus on trying to alter routines to make them fit a high school routine. We have a lot of members from clubs all over, which is really cool, and they come together and work on being a team, which is really what we focus on, and what I like to focus on is that even though they may wear a different uniform outside, that when they come here, they're all for Oliver Ames Gymnastics.
I feel like in the off season it was slightly different than what we've normally done because we have a lot of people on this team this year who are not currently doing gymnastics. So typically we all just practice at our club gyms and stay prepared that way.
I really focus on positivity and good attitudes as we go along through the season. That really does make a difference. Through competing and practicing, as long as you have a positive attitude, it tends to help the gymnastics and the mood and the morale, so I really focus on that. I also really focus on trying to make sure that the girls remember that practice makes perfect. So as long as they're working on things and taking small steps forward each day, then they're making good progress.
I think she's been teaching us just to be a lot more positive and confident with our skills, and definitely cheering a lot more louder during the meets as well. She just wants us all to be hype so that we can have a good meet.
Yeah, we always do our best when we're having fun, so she's been really emphasizing that this year. But this time we had a lot more like specific things. Like I helped a few of the underclassmen out just like on my trampoline and my air track and stuff. We did a lot of team bonding, like we went to Chick-fil-A. We did some other stuff before the season to get a good team environment. But it's been different, but like we were able to prepare still.
I just think definitely bonding together. I feel like it makes the team more whole, definitely. And honestly, just being a lot more happy, like during practices or meets. And I know it's like goes easy to say, but it really does make a difference for the team.
This season so far through competitions, the girls have really come together as a team, which has been really nice to watch. They're all so supportive of each other and so positive as the girls are competing, and that really just is so nice to watch them support one another. And through our gymnastics, each time we've gotten a little bit better, working on new skills, coming together as the season goes, which is really important. We don't want to peak too soon, so step by step.
This year we have a lot of really, really good potential. Like we have so many like new faces this year and a lot of good skills, but we haven't really had any full meets where we've put everything together yet. Like we've been going back and forth, we've had some injuries and stuff. We started out on a really high note with our first meet and haven't quite gotten to the same point since, but we've been slowly building throughout the season and we have really good potential to do well in the postseason if we keep working hard.
Hey, are you a fan of history? If so, come for adventure with me, your host Drew Daugherty, as we explore some of the most impactful events of all time. We talk about U.S. history. These events led up to the creation of the first Continental Congress. World history. The Allied forces consist of France, the United Kingdom, Russia, Japan, and Italy, and influential figures. The legacy of Martin Luther King is one of selflessness, and he never stopped believing in the equal and free America. You'll get my takes and opinions, so come along for adventure on Drew's Venture History TV. Check us out between your recently scheduled programming as well as on YouTube. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Sick of all the new shows and movies dominating pop culture? Well, have no fear, because Old Time Movie and Old Time TV are here, where we like to add our own flair.
There's a truck out front, and if we could just get the keys.
Man, you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Those are flesh-eating zombies. They upended our car, okay? We're lucky to be alive, especially Joe. I had to pull him out of the trunk, for crying out loud.
It's been a long day.
Also, make sure to check out the Radiocast, our accompanying podcast where we talk about what we've watched.
There was a lot of moments of just Mac on the raft going down the river, just internal monologuing over and over and over.
We show the classics and nothing but the classics. Well, except for the weird ones. Check us out on all our channels as well as our YouTube.
Here we go. My name is Harrison Young, and after 13 years of talk show experience, I seek to bring you the best in interviews with some of the very best guests around, including, and here we are, experts.
I've seen thousands of demons actually come out of the mirror one time.
Wow. Musical guests and artists.
If I say how I feel, would you really listen?
And interesting characters of all types.
I threw that kid across the classroom. Look, he didn't try that ever again.
Wow. Join me at Topic Time on your Easton cable station anytime they want to play it. And from what I understand, that's quite a few times a day. I love it.
The Winter Walking Club is back at the NRT this season. Adult participants are invited to join NRT educator Hannah for a casual guided walk around Sheep Pasture on Friday afternoons. The free program runs Fridays from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. through February 13th and is a great way to get outside, stay active, and connect with others during the winter months. Walks meet outside the carriage house at Sheep Pasture, located at 307 R Main Street, North Easton.
The NRT will host Stargazing and Sips Thursday, February 26th from 6 to 7:30 at Shoveltown Brewery. This event includes beer tasting and stargazing. Tickets are $22 for members, $25 for non-members. Attendees must be 21 plus with valid ID.
Children's Museum Easton is hosting a trivia night fundraiser called Play It Smart on Saturday, February 7th from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Easton Country Club on Purchase Street. Teams of 4 can register for $260 or individuals can play for $65. The night includes trivia, music, raffles, prizes, and a pizza, wings, and salad buffet with registration. Proceeds support the Children's Museum in Easton, and tickets are available now at cmeaston.com.
The Oliver Ames High School Music Department has announced its spring musical for 2026. Students will take the stage with 9 to 5 the Musical, featuring music and lyrics by Dolly Parton from a book by Patricia Resnick. Performances are scheduled from March 6th through March 8th, 2026. The production brings the hit workplace comedy to life with high-energy music, humor, and student talent. More details on showtimes and tickets will be shared closer to the performance dates.
Inclusion Sports, in partnership with Easton Recreation, is offering basketball and floor hockey sessions for children ages 2 to 7. Program runs Sundays from February 22nd through March 29th at Frothingham Hall. Sessions are 9 to 9:50 a.m. for ages 2 to 4 and 10 to 10:50 a.m. for ages 5 to 7. Costs $175 per child. Program is designed for beginners looking for a supportive introduction to sports.
You're invited to an Evening of Elegance, a 100th anniversary fundraiser, Friday, January 30th, 2026 at 7 p.m. at the Brockton Public Library. That's 304 Main Street in Brockton. Enjoy live chamber music, a DJ, some dancing, hors d'oeuvres, wine and beer, and more. Cocktail attire is preferred. Tickets are $100. The snow date is Saturday, January 31st. Now it's time for your Oliver Ames Sports Recap.
This is your OA Sports Recap. Basketball took on Milford and Stoughton. The boys hosted and the girls were away, but both teams came out with victories against the other schools. Hockey was also on the road, but they lost a close one against Rockland 4-3 and lost a big one against North Attleboro 6-0. Gymnastics was home against Foxborough, and they ended up with a tie with a 131.1 for each team. Swimming had their last home meet, where the girls ended up winning 100-70 against Mansfield and winning the Davenport division. Boys swimming lost a close one against Mansfield 79-72. And wrestling hosted Stoughton, winning a dominant 77-6. This has been your OA Sports Recap.
Thanks for watching another episode of Easton News.
What's your name?
I'm Jayden Thibault.
And I'm Joe Taft. We'll see you guys next week.
Lighting for ECAT production provided by the Avery Lee Williams Family Foundation.